Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do astrological readings by the sign by the month, love and career readings. I do active magic, candle magic readings. I do the spirit guide monthly, live every last Friday of the month. I hope you're able to join me. But I also do this pick a card readings, and today I have for you a fun one. What are your hidden magical gifts? When you come into alignment with your highest self, you are given access to your divine connection, which will kind of hook you up with your ancestral magic. Once you are whole within, once you have achieved self-integration, which is all part of a healing journey, you have full access to the ancestral magic knowledge that you are carrying. Let's find out what your hidden magical gifts are. I have 4 piles in a pick a card presentation. There's going to be an insert in a moment. We're actually just going to continue for about 11 more seconds. Concentrate. Open your third eye. See which one really calls out to you. Please don't pick my piles by. I always pick numbers 1, 2, or 3. That does not help hone your intuition. Close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out, open your eyes, and see which one calls out to you, and that's going to be the message you're most meant to receive. This is not likely to be one of the readings where it's appropriate to watch more than one pile, but if you feel called to do so, please feel free. Coming up for your meditation time on which is your pile, and I will see you at the time of your reading. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 1 and then this is your reading, hey, the Crow deck is one of the decks that I use to read magical energies. Pretty special relationship to crows, and so that is why I have a tendency to use it to see what your magical aptitudes are, what ancestral knowledge is trying to come to you as you come into alignment with your highest self. All right, before I get started, hey, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It does help support my efforts here. If you like the reading, please hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to hit that post bell notification so that you know every time I post a video. Let's get started with the oracle cards here for pile number 1. Everybody got 4 different types of oracle cards. We're going to see what your magical aptitudes are and potentially what is crossing them, what you still need to work on. Oh, whale song resonating. This is clairsentience. This is that feeling of simply knowing things, being very guided within. It is particular to your personal journey, but it may apply to others. Let's see what else comes out here. We'll put this guy down here. And I have from the Fairy Oracle, Pure Intention. The Fairy of Manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely, manifest your heart's desire with pure intent, and for the highest good of all. Excellent. So, clairsentience will lead you towards the ability to manifest. I don't think you need to do ritual magic. I think you're able to do things like scripting, envisioning, and speaking things into existence, but let's find out. I have, transformation, metamorphosis, synchronicity, the unexpected. The idea of clairsentience is simply knowing. You simply know. You know your truth. You know the truth for other people. You know what you're trying to manifest. You already possess the knowledge. I don't think you've got a discipline you need to go towards. Blue bird spirit, which is happiness. That is excellent. You are able to... You're able to do a form of magic that is bringing to others and to yourself joy. That Pure Intention card is very, very important because, quite simply, it does not look like baneful magic would work for you, nor emotionally influential magic. Pure Intention is the thing that will guide your manifestations and help things bring things into being. And then I have forgiveness. Hurt blocks our light. Okay, you're trying to still release some pain from the past. It's keeping you currently from being in full alignment with yourself. Once you're able to release the wounds of the past, to kind of view yourself with like a compassion towards your past self, but to understand that here you are safe. In the here and now and going forward, you have the power because you can determine how you will process things and what you will release. Whale song is resonance. This is awesome. you will be able to tap into meditate, to feel guided towards what you're able to do, what you're supposed to do. You have the ability to know what is best for other people as well. I'm not getting divination, so if you're a reader, this is not likely your pile, but you are meant to be working with transmuting energy into happier, brighter energies with that bluebird of spirit happiness. You're able to shift the energy of a situation by choice. With work, let's get 6 cards. That's the energy of internal balance. What are the magical energies that are either impeding or aiding group number 1? This is awesome. Here we go. Bluebird, spirit, happiness. If you work on behalf of others, you will find that you too reap the rewards. Make sure that selfish gain is never behind your attempts to manifest. If you're thinking only of yourself, think of the greater world, your manifestations will come to you more easily. You do have ancestral magic. Okay, I have the Seven of Wands in reverse. You may be trying too hard on something and creating a blockage. The Hermit. That is the soul-searching card, the withdrawing into self to find oneself, to bring oneself into alignment with your highest self. And that does involve resolving and healing the wounds from the past. The Lovers in reverse is the card of internal integration, marrying the two sides of ourselves, the heart and the head, and also the past and the present. There are many ways in which the past, if we become locked in the energy of it, can keep us from going forward onto our path. We learn the lessons from the past that we can, and we release it, and to know that we are the people who are able to have an impact. The Chariot in the upright is sometimes being pulled in 2 directions. You should, oh, this is very good. Death card in the upright, second chances, new life, closure as well. It is a Scorpio card with the Magician. Oh my goodness, okay. Choose to move on from the past and your full magical abilities will come to you. I'm so glad you got the Magician. You are able to, when you're, the thing is I don't think you're in particular amounts of pain, but you're angry with someone from the past, potentially multiple people. And you're being asked to resolve that, to forgive. And please, 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 people have such a hard time with this concept, with forgiveness, because forgiveness feels an awful lot like saying, well, that hideous thing that happened, I will never know justice, it does not matter. I forgive it and know that, like, it's, my wounds are inconsequential. This could not be further than the truth. The idea behind forgiveness is allowing negative emotions attached to past events to be released entirely and to move forward with a clean slate. It has nothing to do with allowing that person to remain in your life, although sometimes you will, sometimes it's appropriate to release people. But with the energy of forgiveness, knowing that you cannot change the actions of the past, but you can choose the way that you view it, you can choose the way that you interact with the energy of the past. You're having a little bit of a struggle with that. You've probably spent a little bit, like, from your standpoint, a little bit too long in an energy of, like, it was a struggle for you in the past with that. 7 of Wands in reverse. It's almost like you exhausted yourself fighting against something, and finally you're like, oh, fine, like, I will do whatever I'm being asked, just let me feel better. Persistence is also the thing that has aided you. There's something with this, hold on a second. You have the ability to manifest particularly emotional healing for yourself and for others. Transformation, helping people release the wounds of the past as well. You have, it's not exactly healing energy, it's the ability to help others sever their difficulty. Meaning that they gain a fresh perspective after talking to you. You're particularly gifted at manifesting new beginnings. Always work from a place of love, and you will find that your manifestations come much more easily and much more quickly. When you don't, you're not going to get the results that you're hoping for. I think you've tried some form of revenge magic in the past, to be completely frank. And you shouldn't. It will always bounce back on you. That is a decision that you made many years ago. I think you were the victim of somebody who used magic against you, And it caused you to kind of like take the vow to always have a pure intent when utilizing magic, when utilizing energy, when trying to shape the energy around you. Do magic on behalf of others, and please remember, it will always aid you. The energy you create is the energy that you will dwell in. If you are working on behalf of others to heal their pain, to free them, to bring them greater happiness and joy, to connect them with their higher self, and you're able to do this, and it's not necessarily through a rigid practice. It might be, but more it's interacting with people. It's almost like you have the ability to wash clean the energy of other people. Successful career, a happy working environment, pay rises and promotions. And then I have wishes come true, rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. Listen, whatever manifestation work you've been trying to do, if you're watching a video about what your magical gifts are, chances are good you're pretty drawn to this as an area of life anyway. And you've been trying really hard, but you're not getting the results that you want. And you're kind of wondering, like, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong, but you may not be working with an idea of what you will use what you're trying to manifest for to benefit not simply yourself, but others. And why is that so important? Because we're all part of a greater whole. Your power comes from the greater whole, the ancestral magic knowledge that is trying to join you as you, and like you get it sometimes and you don't others. You've been trying very hard to achieve this peaceful energy of whatever will be, will be. But you've been very used to most of your life being able to make a bigger difference than you are at present. And you keep noticing that like you follow all the procedures that you learn from. Please don't follow the law of attraction. It simply doesn't work. Not in the way people think it does. It is not healthy to pretend everything is perfect if it isn't. It's called denial, and all it does is it compounds emotional trauma that you will then have to heal from later. It actually blocks your power versus enhances it. It can seem as if it's working at first, but there's a cost to everything. There's a cost to every form of magic that we do, and that's why pure intention is so important. And that is why the plan for what you will do to benefit the greater whole around you with what you are trying to manifest is the thing that pays that price. That is the reason that we always need to factor in as I am blessed, I will bless others. And have an idea for how you intend to bless others. And the more that you have that, the more your intent is truly for the greatest good of all, a rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes, the more will come to you. Difficult times, be on your guard against chaos and unforeseen perils or emotional upheavals are foretold. And then I have personal riches. Small successes are likely now and bigger ones are on the way. Finances could improve dramatically, but avoid get-rich-quick schemes. Okay, you still have some, I want to say, defeatist attitude to deal with. This is an energy of defeat. It's not about anger any longer. It was at a different point. But you fall into the, like, things don't work out for me, and I just need to accept it energy. And that is not true. You are actually, metamorphosis, synchronicity, and the unexpected. You have good intent. And it's funny, but I think you even have a good plan for what you want to. If anything, like sometimes you don't have a balance in your approach. You think of what good you could do for others, but like it's almost like you don't fill in the details for yourself. It's like you're manifesting to manifest sometimes. Like you've been told the successful career, the pay raises, the money coming in. It's almost as if you don't find the resonance within it. It's just you know that that's how to be safe. It's not a joyful energy. The more joy you have around the idea of magic, the more that I am one with the universe, I sing with the universe is at my command. I command angels and energies to do as I bid. The more that you understand that that is part of you that is connected to absolutely every living thing in this world. And that is why it's so important to have the plan for not just the greater world, because there's this weird self-sacrifice energy with that hermit energy. It's almost as if you decided, well, my wishes won't come true, so at least I'll try and do for others. It is important to do for others. You are being commended for that, but you're persevering right now almost as if you really have taken to heart the idea that this is a great big school and you just want your degree. And like you're trying to adhere to rules rather than sing with joy of simply being alive and being part of a greater whole. But that's your greatest gift. The ability to find love and beauty in others, even when you don't agree with them, understanding that every single individual you encounter is somebody that you have something in common with. You all come from the same source. You have the ability to script, you have the ability to envision, you have the ability to bring into being everything that you want, but come from a place of personal joy, where you imagine love, where you imagine happiness, where you imagine joy and an existence that will make you just so happy. It really is. It's almost like you think you're a little bit blocked because you think you're here to be of service to others instead of being, you're here to be of service to others because you're part of them, not because you are apart from them. You are a part of all, not a part from all. World, be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. There's a rigidity around this healing and this chariot energy where it's weird. It's almost like as we talk about riches and successful careers, your pure intention, you're not thinking about personal gain. And that's very, very pure, but it's almost because you have yourself convinced that it's not your lifetime for that. And it is. Like whatever you lost that has convinced you of that, whatever occurred that made you think that all I'm doing is like completing a mission, you hit a really rough patch. But that's all it was. And even if it's extended for like, a 7-year period, even if it extended that long, and it may not have been that long for some, but that was the number I just got. Even if it's been going on for what feels like and might literally be as many as 7 years, life is long. That's a chapter. If you live to be 75 years old, that's just a small percentage of your life. New home, moving is a step in the right direction for you. And then goodbye to the old, hello to the new. You've finished one part of your life, and now a new and even better part is beginning. This is the part you don't believe. You think the best of your life was an illusion, and it's behind you, and that all that is left to you going forward is to be of service to others, and you try, and you think that's pure intent, and like, is it? Yes, but it's missing a piece that is, you keep being told, you need to forgive the divine, and you need to forgive your higher self, and that's what you're struggling with. It is this feeling of, it's not victim-y, like you really believe it. That everything is for somebody else and I am just here to witness. You've taken the idea of the witnessing consciousness and you're not accepting joy in your existence into your life. And it's not hopeless. It's not. Like you're actually, like you're living in this energy of like, yeah, no, everything's good. I like it. I just won't have too many expectations for myself personally any longer. Boy, you're a tough row to hoe sometimes, because no matter how many times you hear, right now is not predictive of the future. Right now, even though it is influenced from the past, does not mean that the past will continue to carry forward. If you've been hurt in the past, that is not a lesson to bulletproof yourself. Instead, it's a lesson about, hey, you can overcome anything. It doesn't mean you're always going to have to. It's strange. Clarity. Bright paths of understanding will open. It's not anybody from the past any longer, it's you. And it's not forgiving yourself for making mistakes. It's not active anger, it's just a complete belief. That's what you need to release to have fuller manifestations. Not only do you work well with pure intent, accept that everything that happened already, even if it took away everything that meant everything to you, was to bring you greater joy than you've ever experienced. Not to make you find joy in the smaller life that remains to you. It is the only thing keeping you from true integration to your highest self and your hidden magical gift of being able to, like, you are the magician. You can bend reality to your will. And you're not in pain any longer, and you're not angry. And you have faith and you have hope. But it's this small thing that, like, maybe I won't get hurt anymore and I will be happy with this small life. You don't have an expansive view for your own life. The only thing blocking, and like it's barely blocking anything, I'm not even sure I want to say it's blocking anything. I think you can see the evidence of manifestation around you. You're so powerful that it already happens. But what is keeping you from true integration with your highest self is you're angry at your highest self. And it's, I think, because like it's the battle between the ego and the higher self sometimes. You didn't want something to change and it had to. Forgive your higher self for taking away what you thought you wanted. The reason I'm pausing so much, and I'm sorry, the forgiveness energy it's the divine. And you're not angry. It's very strange. It's a very strange forgiveness energy because you're happy. And you're not holding a grudge. But you're a little bit blocked from your full level of power simply because, for whatever reason, group number one, you think you've entered into an area of your life that is solely to be lived for other people. Your intention is almost too pure. That's an interesting message. I don't think I've ever gotten a please try to be a little bit more selfish in your view of what you would like coming up. Your idea of self-love is to believe that you're like such a good human being that you're like, okay, well, I guess I just decided to commit my life to others. That's cool. I will do that. And that's okay. But like, you have a magical gift where even more can come to you. And if you feel like it's slightly paltry in what's been offered to you, it's only because like they're holding you in a period where they keep trying to tell you this. You're important. You didn't get hurt because you don't matter. Forgive your higher self. It's not using you to learn lessons. It's not. You're here to have everything that you're trying to help everybody else with. Okay, so group number 1, your hidden magical gift is high-level manifestation, thinking things into existence. You barely need to practice any type of magic. If you start doing any type of magic, the results will be amazing. But the thing that you have to remember is, like, you've released enough anger that I don't think I need to tell you that, like, hey, intent is everything in magic. And if you're trying to harm somebody else or take somebody else's person or force somebody to fall in love with you, there's a cost to that. There's an energetic cost that you will pay if it just is the way it works. It's karmic. But that doesn't mean that there's no room in your life for joy and for love and for increase and for luxury. And you're not here just to serve. Forgive your higher self. Forgive your higher self. That is just you. It's just you. It's not some foreign body that is working at cross purposes with you. All right, so group number 1, that was your very, very strange, conflicting, and odd message. Try to remember that this life is for you too. And when you're being you're a funny person. When you're being told to love your life and to experience joy, it is not so that you can have this tiny little existence. And you're not ever going to be forced to do anything that makes you uncomfortable. But you don't think of it this way. What they're really struggling with is, like, you can't believe that you matter just as you. And you matter so, 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 so very much. Whatever pain you experience is already fading into memory. It did matter, but it's no longer active. Let it go and go towards joy and increase just for you personally too. You want to serve, but it's almost like your magic is a little bit blocked because you think the world is a candy store for everybody else. And the only thing that's blocking your high-level manifestation ability, and you do have it, is that you are convinced that, like, you've just become convinced that your personal joy is, like, it's only ever going to be a choice where I am choosing to be happy with my meager life. It's not really blocking you any longer, but it's keeping you from being in full alignment because you view your highest self as a separate entity. Okay, so group number 1, that was your vaguely long and slightly peculiar message, if you ask me. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. You're not in pain. You're not angry. You're not mad at the divine any longer. But you view your higher self as something that is separate from you versus your core being. Remember, that's just your core being. If you got hurt by what happened, try to trust that there's a really good reason. And you can manifest anything for so many people. Get in touch with your higher self. You can see a better world and see it start to take shape around you. Take care. Be well. I look forward to reading for you again. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. It's already been a very strange and interesting reading. What are your hidden magical gifts? What might be blocking them? What do you need to fix so that you can truly experience your power? Those are all things that we're looking at. Hey, the Crow deck that I use to read magical energies is going to be bringing us a 6-card spread. That is the number of personal energetic balance. It also corresponds to the number of chakra points. Let's find out what your hidden magical gifts are. Ask for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone. The fairies say now is the time for you to ask for your angelic assistance. Many masks, the authentic self. This is interesting. Raven spirit, truth. Oh my goodness. You're able to see the truth of the matter. You're able to see through concealment and deception. Awakening, ancient knowledge, memories, connection. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then presence of absence is the Lantern Oracle, the thing that's holding you back right now. This is losses in the past causing pain, not being able to love the experiences that brought you that pain. And I don't mean love the pain. I mean, if something hurt you tremendously, it was because you were very invested in it. If you lost someone to grief or to a breakup or to distance or to their own decisions, the pain was still worth the good parts. And holding something present in the absence of your love is loving your entire history up until this point, even if it was difficult. But you have the ability to compel the truth from others, to show them the truth, and to know the truth. You're able to help guide people towards their authentic selves, which gets them in touch with the greater collective. And you're able to command the angels, meaning that there are four guardians of the four corners. They guard the four elements that make up this reality. The Archangel Gabriel, who I'm a conduit for, is the spirit of air. The Archangel Michael, who can negate all forms of evil, is the guardian of earth. The Archangel Uriel, which taps into divine fire and righteous protection, is the guardian of fire. And then the Archangel Raphael is the guardian of water, which is all about love and emotion and flow. And you're able to, you can do celestial and angelic magic. Now, that's what I can do, and I know I need to get around to filming classes and starting to teach more people, because there's hardly any living practitioners of celestial and angelic magic. But you're able to do celestial and angelic magic. Your abilities are awakening within you, and you're able to find the truth of the matter. Now, do you do this through divination? Not all forms of magic require a practice. You could be a lawyer and still practicing magic if you're able to discern the truth for other people. Let's go. We're going to get 6 cards for energetic balance. 1 and 2 and 3. One of the ways to work with the ability to see the truth is with lapis. And then Inexplicable Things in particular has a very good truth serum. If you meditate with a lapis that you have treated with that truth serum, put it underneath your pillow. It will help with prophetic dreams as well. 2 swords in the upright. I have the World in the upright. I have the Empress in reverse. Okay. I have the 6 of Pentacles in the upright. Let's see what's going on here. I have the Ace of Pentacles in the upright, and I have the 7 of Wands in the upright as well. Okay, so group number 2. You are protected by the guardians of the four corners. Your abilities, your hidden magical ability is discernment of truth for others. It's not looking like it's divination, but it could be. Raven spirit is truth. These are the messengers of the other world as well. You're able to call in protective forces for yourself and for others. That is what the guardians of the four corners can do. The mantra is, and it is the way that I start any ritual magic, and it's repeated 3 times, which is I call to the guardians who guard the four corners to aid me and to protect me in this and all that I do. And that is repeated 3 times. That is to summon protection. You are able to summon protection for yourself and for others. And if you think, wow, that seems like kind of a weenie magical gift, oh my goodness, no, it's not. It is the thing that can repel evil. That is what celestial and angelic magic is for. It is the only true form of magic designed to defeat evil. It's part of the reason that there aren't a ton of practitioners of it. Can it be used for baneful work? No, not effectively. It's against what it's used for. I don't think that you need to necessarily practice, although there is something in a supportive career that is available to you in which you are able to discern the truth for others and to be guided by it. You are able to walk into situations that are, and by the way, like, don't take this as advice to go and, like, go singing a song into happy gangland waving money or something. Remember, use your own good sense in things, but you are protected when you need to be. You are guarded from all forms of harm, and your ability to find the truth of the matter, like, you'd be a very good researcher. What's blocking you here is just sadness. It's some grief. You've had too much loss. It's blocked your own answers sometimes. The world, like, it's very dispiriting to you. Your faith in humanity has suffered tremendously. You really believe in a better world in which we all help each other. That is innate. That is part of you. That is part of you that always talks to collective. You really do, like, you really might want to work with a lapis to get some dream information. If you can't get a hold of the truth serum, conjuring oil, or you're not comfortable working with it, just meditate with a smoke cleanse that's going to be an incense or sage or Palo Santo lapis that you then hold in your, remember, your right hand gives, your left hand receives. And so you're going to want to hold it with your left hand and pray over it. Your right hand imbues things with energy and your left hand receives it. So put it in your left hand. You can then cover it with your right hand and ask for clarity, for truth, for perception, for prophecy. Ask these things to be brought to you in your dreams. You have the gift of prophecy in your dreams. You have the ability to be guided towards the right answers for yourself and for others. This does have to do with something that you do work for. Your hidden magical gift is the ability to discern the truth. And honest to goodness, that is, and you can compel people to tell you the truth as well. Meaning that just standing in your protected energy allows people to reveal things to you that others have not. You'd make an amazing counselor. Carrying connections with the temple path, strategy, walking away. Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, rest and rejuvenation. This is an interesting one. You will always do better when you have a close tie to another person. Because you are so protected, it's almost like you need another person as a grounding influence. You're very in your head. You live most of your life in your head. In the 3D, as I said, your hidden magical gift is that people feel compelled to tell you the truth. You are able to work with the spirits of air in particular to try and discern the truth. You're not actually meant to be single, by the way. And if you are, and you're like, no, I like my single life very much, thank you very much. Strong friendships, good partnerships, working closely with another person. Don't try and live in such a solitary energy. You need the flow of love going through you, because some of the truths that you're able to uncover are harsh and diminishing in your view of other people sometimes. And you need that constant love of companionship, even if it's just friendship. And like I say that as if it's not. The love of friendship, the love of friends and family is actually more important than romantic love. We overinvest in romantic love as being the end-all be-all. It is the most likely love to wear out over time, to leave our lives. Love of self, love of family, love of friends, and yes, romantic love as well, but love in all things, not in one thing, not in one relationship. You actually need to be connected to other people. And I don't think that you necessarily like to be sometimes. I think that you like to focus on work, the authentic self. You're just be yourself. Sorry, I dropped 2 cards and I'm leaning down to pick them up. I'm going to put both of these out. Flower power. Spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. And then practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. But be yourself. This situation calls upon you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. You're not a truth seeker as much as you are a truth finder. And it's not quite the same thing. You have the ability to compel the truth in yourself and in others. Again, if there's ever a situation that is confusing you, dream stones, DreamWorks, working with a lapis while meditating. You can put it on your third eye as well. Labradorite is also very helpful, combined with that lapis, to try and bring truth to you. I would not consider doing too much for like personal relationship truth reveals. Quite frankly, when it comes to emotional matters, we learn the truth as we are able to handle it. Don't force that issue. It can derail your path ever so slightly. Thorns, weathering the challenges ahead will bring a positive new future. There's something with the world here. Part of the reason that you're seeing this message now is that your ability to find the truth, to suss it out, to simply listen for that resonance within, that has a role coming in the future. It will help you overcome difficulties. It will help others as well. But you have the ability to know when you are being lied to. You have the ability to help others find their truth as well. And you have the constant ability to see and to feel and to perceive the truth. Wishing well is also, well, this is interesting. This is putting your requests into the divine and then trusting the divine to deliver. You're not somebody who needs to do a bunch of manifestation work for yourself. Your greatest magical gifts are in the greater whole. And everything that you do for others will return to you tenfold. Don't forget that part. The reason that you're not asked to do magic for yourself is not that you're not worthy or you won't be receiving anything. Everything that you do for others is also doing for you. Stormfields, there is a change coming. And goblins, that's something from the past and into the unknown. That's why your gift is so important. Confusing times are ahead. Your ability to see the truth of motives in others will help guide you going forward to a place within this time period in which many things are shifting and things from the past are coming about to bring into a new change. Your ability to find the truth is true magic. As others are confused, you will have clarity. As others are lost, you will have direction. Your magical gifts, and I think you might be disappointed hearing this because you're like, no, I wanted to hear that I could do this and I could do that for me personally. Everything you do for others will come to you tenfold. So if you help others heal, you will heal. If you help others know prosperity, you will know riches galore. If you help others know happiness, joy will flood to you. You're being asked to assist others not because you don't matter, but because you have the ability, you're likely a divine conduit in your own right. Divine conduits bring angelic assistance to other people. Future, you may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun awaits. You have increase coming to you, and you might resist it slightly because you're disheartened. It's not just the pain of the past, personal losses, personal feelings. What's really going on for you is a sense of sadness at how much I think you used to really, really, truly believe that people were at their core good. People are conflicted and fighting energetic balances within. It has nothing to do with being evil. It's that when people are in pain, they have a hard time choosing their higher self. Your ability to see the truth, to improve the world, to bring more into this world is, people are good. People are good, they're just challenged, and they need clear voice. You're a leader. you're able to lead people towards their divine truth as well. This is a beautiful gift. Powerful symbol. Cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. Hey, there's something going on with that. There's something going on with that where I think you're just super fatigued and drained very easily. There's nothing physically wrong with you. It is that feeling of futility. Nothing is futile. This world is not dying. You're here to make sure it lives. That's what all light workers are here for, is to change the energy balance in an ever-darkening world and to save it from going over the edge into darkness. And we will succeed. It happens over and over again. Don't let what you have learned about the darker aspects of people disillusion you. It diminishes your power and makes you not believe in it any longer. You've always been right. At their core, people are true. Does evil exist? Of course evil exists, and it can shift the balance within an individual. But most people can have that balance shifted back. Sun, your son is watched over and protected as he explores the world. What can this be? This can be your nation's masculine power, the power to affect change within this world. It can be your literal son as well. It could be that you are going to be giving birth to a son with the Empress in reverse after some fertility intervention. And then if that's the case, winter, that is when you're very likely to conceive. What's telling me that? This. The Empress in reverse, the Sun card, the World, Ace of Pentacles is a successful procedure as well. The truth is, your ability to see the truth is your magical gift. You find it for yourself, you find it for others. Prophetic dreams will always come to you easily. Please don't be disillusioned by the world. And if you're disappointed that you're not being told that you can do something for yourself very, very personally, listen to me. Everything you do for others will come back to you tenfold. That means if you, out of the goodness of your heart, help somebody else make $20, $200 comes to you. Don't let that be your motivating factor, and you're not going to. Like, you're just not that person. You're not that person. If anything, you believe in fairness, in justice, in equity, you're just saddened. You're just saddened. Go towards belief again. Belief that your ability, you lost faith in your ability. You lost faith in your ability because you never guessed certain things about people. Remember, they're just out of balance. They're just out of balance. And one of the things that your ability has is the ability to bring things back into balance. Okay, so group number 2. That was an interesting one, I felt. Simply because, like, there's a role for you to play. And if you think that that's not one of the better magical gifts that you've ever heard of, it's an amazing one. Being able to see the truth is the ability to know what needs to be done, to correct, and to plan for the future. You have an incredible magical gift. And again, I almost feel like there is disappointment present for learning this part. Please remember, it has the greatest impact on the 3D world, which is where we live most of the time. It's a tremendous gift. It's a tremendous gift. Okay, so group number 2, that was your reading. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Remember, you can see with clarity, with truth, with discernment. Don't be disheartened. Everything can change as we try to change it. Take care. Be well. I'll see you next time. Hello and welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button if you like the reading. And if you hit the post bell notification, you will know every time I post a video, which I do quite frequently. So, pile number 3, what are your hidden magical gifts? It's been a very interesting and somewhat peculiar reading so far. We have the Crow deck bringing you the magical energies in a 6-card spread. We're using the number 6 because that is the energy of perfect internal energetic balance. All right, here we go. Pile number 3. What do we have? We have activation, spirit guardian of spring. Oh my goodness. I wonder if you're able to reveal the light for other people. Yep. Hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to light. Perhaps a secret or memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. I wonder what form this is going to take. Watchers, transpersonal. Okay, I wonder if you're a gatekeeper. Exploration, boldness, unknown, limitless. Oh, I love this. Okay, I have trusting tricksters. The trickster's only power is your trust. You are always free to withdraw it. So this is something that blocks you occasionally. Listen, you don't have a lot of darkness within because you're a being of light. You are almost certainly a gatekeeper. The Watcher's energy is about that. Gatekeepers, as light, by the way, as I'm about to say, as I usually say, is the narrative around light workers, light warriors, starseeds accurate? I don't believe so. I think like most spiritual teachings, they were passed through human vessels and turned into a form most easily understood, and that the truth is not quite in that narrative form, but it carries the essence and the spirit. All right, so trusting tricksters, you have trouble perceiving dark motives in others simply because you don't really perceive them yourself. You are able to guide people towards the hidden depths of their own gifts. So your greatest magical gift is that you're able to lead people towards their truth, towards their evolution, towards their activation, and towards their potential transcendence. Oh my goodness, and it's because you have been here over and over again. Life may have been very difficult for you simply because you came back here with tremendous power. The more power we come with, the more likely we are to have a traumatic experience. As part of the path that we choose as our higher selves is to make sure that if we have great power, we can understand what an abuse of power truly does to those around us by experiencing it ourselves. And that is why people can sometimes choose such difficult lives, because you'll tell people, hey, you chose your own existence, and particularly for people who've had a hard one, it's like, well, do I not like me? Because that was a hard one. And it has nothing to do with that. 6 of Wands in the upright, you help people move towards their own evolution, to find their own truth, to find their own connection. You may be able to work in divination. Let's keep going. That's your hidden magical gift, though, is to be able to connect people with their higher selves, to give them the tools, to teach them. You are a leader. Your hidden magical gift is that you possess all of them, and you are able to connect people to theirs. I have the Justice card in reverse. Ooh, yeah. That's an unfair situation that has thus far been blocking manifestation ability. It's divine timing as well. You've made such progress in resolving all that pain. As someone who is likely one of the Watchers, one of the gatekeepers, someone who has been here over and over again and did not need to come back, but chose to try and be of service to others, your greatest magical gift is your ability to heal other people. You are a healer. I have the Knight of Cups in reverse, which is frustration and being emotionally drained, with the 6 of Cups in the upright as well. Hey, I dig this. What magical gift do you have is not the right question. It is, how do you access all of the magical gifts that are available to you? You can pretty much do it all. You can do healing, you can do energy work, you can do divination, you can do astrology. Anything that reveals the path to other people. You are a guide for others, you are an earth guide. That is what one of the Watchers' energy is, activation. You help people find the part of themselves that is connected to all, to the ancient parts, to the ancestral knowledge that is here to help heal the world. You have the ability to manifest, you have the ability to almost course correct for others. You're almost like it's a guide on everybody else's journey. It can be so hard for you, simply because there's been a lot of unfair situations in your life. You've been asked to kind of roll with like just too many punches, okay? And some of those were literal. In some instances, we are talking about having come from a background of terrible abuse or having experienced abuse in your adult lifetime. If you're wondering, like, well, how can I be so darn powerful when all these terrible things happen to me? You're caught beneath the pain. If you can try and release the pain, don't concentrate on how much pain you're in. Concentrate on healing that pain to find your true power. And that's that subtle difference, that change in perception, that turning of the head so that you can glimpse the truth beyond the pain. If you catalog, this happened to me and that happened to me and I had this and I had that and then this terrible person came and found me and that terrible thing happened to me as well, you're stuck in the pain. If you say, this happened to me, that happened to me, and here's what I learned about me, that's the difference. That's going towards healing. I learned that sometimes I trust the wrong people because I don't possess darker motives, and so tricksters have gotten too close to me. And sometimes I think that's everybody, but most of the time I understand that it was just a factor of the people who entered my life. I wasn't able to perceive their dark motives because I did not share them. Don't get caught in the pain. Pain is transient if we let it be. This is not to blame you for your own suffering. And please keep in mind, I almost did not live through a terrible situation with my now ex-husband. I really do understand emotional and psychological pain. I've shared a lot about my past. This is not coming from an ivory tower where I have not suffered. Without a word of exaggeration, one of the delightful things about my childhood was I didn't have a water heater for 2 years when I was a teenager. So like I lived a life of incredible deprivation. It was, and that's not to say, oh, poor pitiful me. And I'm not like making fun of that either. It was very, very difficult. But when I look at it about what it taught me about my life, it has been very difficult to believe that I deserve everything when I was denied so much. So that's one of the things. Instead of concentrating on the fear and the pain of something, concentrate on what was the lesson I could glean from that. That I will be okay no matter my physical circumstances, that I will figure out a way to overcome, that I will always rise up from the ashes and fly forward like the phoenix. That's the difference between concentrating on how much pain you are in and the healing. Or if I were to look at a situation and say, like, there's an awful lot of evidence that I'm not even going to go into that part about my story. I had to overcome an incredible betrayal by my husband, just an incredible one. And instead of focusing on how could the person I loved most in the world have done something so terrible to me, I have to focus on, well, he really, that something tried to show me that over and over and over and over again, and I wouldn't look because I wanted a comfortable life rather than a challenging one. And that's what you have here as well. Quite frankly, you have all the same gifts that I do. You are able to do magic. You are able to do divination. You are able to heal other people. You can be a guide on the path for other people. And the only thing that blocks you is fear that the past will repeat itself. Please understand that you are able to transform and you are able to manifest the energy that you focus on. Turn your thoughts towards, I am healing all the pain. The pain of the past no longer matters. What it teaches me can add power to my path going forward. What were the lessons that I wanted so much to learn that I would put myself through that and recognize how brave and strong you must be to have asked for such difficult lessons. Change your focus, change your perspective, change what you are thinking about when you think about your emotional condition. Think not about how difficult it has been for me, but rather how much I understand that I can overcome because I have had so much adversity in my life. And you will begin to believe in your power. The only thing holding you back from your greatest abilities, which it contains everything, like you can, there's alchemy here, there's manifestation here, there's healing, there's truth seeking, there's truth telling. You are a guide towards the ability to help other people transcend. You can activate others with your ability to do it all. Like you have all forms of magic within you. Healing magic, prosperity magic. You can do love magic if you want. Now I have some, remember, don't impact somebody else's free will. First of all, it doesn't work out the way we want it to. That's part of the reason I'm always like kind of a boring old snore about please don't do love magic. Emotionally influential magic comes with a greater cost than people understand. Just ask for love. Don't say make so-and-so love me. Ask for your divine pairing, not so-and-so is my soulmate, make them love me. Get rid of their other person so I can have so-and-so. Always ask for what serves your highest good when you're doing magic for yourself. And love magic, we frequently want things that are not necessarily good for us. Just do magic that will bring you all forms of abundance and prosperity, and the greatest love of your life will arrive. So you can do whatever you want with this because you have the 360 of magical ability. You're also able to connect with other people's guides for them. You give amazing advice and you may not be aware that you're connecting to other people's guides. But people come to you and they tell you their truth. And it's been that way throughout the course of your life. You are that person who, when you sit on a plane, somebody might sit down next to you and tell you the life story that they will then add with, I haven't told anybody that in 20 years. And part of you will be wondering, why me? It's because something about you projects outward that you have the answers for other people. Now you may be, like, unfortunately laboring underneath your own pain. But what form of magic do you possess? What is your hidden form of magic? Whatever you want. If you want to be a healer, you can be a healer. If you want to do magic too, and remember, intent is incredibly important in magic. So if you're doing like, I want riches, I want gain, have a plan for what you plan to do that is positive for the greater world. To make sure people are fed, to make sure people are cared for, to make sure that you're functioning as a part of the whole, for we are all one. Make sure that you are thinking of the ways you will share your blessings, never hoard them. So, hey, group number 3, kind of a, like, this is a very to the point. Your magical gifts is you have them all. And when people interact with you, you have the ability to activate within them downloads for their own ancestral knowledge, for their own path forward, for their own life's purpose. Chariot, charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused. Oh, that's beautiful. I love this image as well. The merry-go-round. Listen, if the cycles of your life have brought you too much pain, again, turn your focus towards I am healing so that I can leave all that pain behind. I choose not to focus on the pain. I look for the lesson so that it will never be repeated. Once you repair it, it will not repeat. Until you repair it, it will repeat. If you've been told that you are codependent, lean in on independence. It does not have anything to do with condemning you to solitude. It means that you've attracted unhealthy love because your need for love may be coming from a place of trauma, which is codependency, is a need-based love. Instead of resenting it and feeling accused, say, well, yeah, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to be happy. I'd like to be healed. Sure, I want a person, but you know what? I want the right person. So I will heal myself. I turn my focus from how much pain I have been in towards how much healing I can accomplish. I will take all of that energy that I have put into, why did this happen to me? Why did that have to happen to me? And instead, I will put it towards, I must be amazing to still be standing after all of that. What would happen if I tried to learn the lessons so I can be free of the need to have them repeating over and over again? If you feel like you've been having the same relationships over and over again, it's because you haven't learned your lesson yet. And listen, that sounds like there's a great big sky bully up there with like a hall monitor's list going, check, you didn't bring your homework with you today. That's not at all what it's about. It is that you will inhabit your most magnificent expression of your power when you are whole within. Let go. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. If you are demanding things of the universe, that is an attempt to control. And control, by the way, is related to codependency and anxiety. Anxiety is, I have to have the answers right now so that I can relax. How about saying, I believe in my ability to figure out the problems as they arise? I will enjoy the here and now, knowing that I am up for any challenge. I will not be derailed by difficulty. It happens to everybody. Do not feel singled out or punished by the universe. Even if you have had a more difficult path than others, it is because you are more powerful. Not because you are afflicted, but because you are gifted. Look at it that way and start letting go of the slights of the past so that you can inhabit the joy of the future. Your magical gifts are absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. You can divine, you can manifest, you can help heal others, you can help find the purpose in things, and you can help transmute energy and bend reality to your will. But your will might be out of balance as you, every now and then, you're just healing. You're healing from frustration and a lack of emotional fulfillment. This, by the way, is my favorite soulmate card. It always is. When you are healed, your divine pairing comes to you. And does everybody have a divine pairing? Yes. Yes, everyone has a divine pairing. Does it absolutely have to take a romantic form? No. No. Like your divine partner could be your very best friend in the world. It could be your twin sister. It could be your best friend. It could be, sincerely, your business partner. It's the person that you know you need by your side to walk the most righteous and purposeful path that you can in this world. And if you've gotten caught in the pain, do not blame yourself and never feel shamed about that. If you've gotten caught in the pain, it's because your ability to withstand it was too challenged. And here's what happens to people who are in too much pain as well. They have a tendency to abuse substances. They're very prone to addiction. Addiction is frequently a trauma response. It's not a character flaw. It's a trauma response, as is codependency, and codependency is a form of addiction. Friendship. A friend needs your help, your kindness, and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. This is you. You're the guide. You're the guide. That's your magical ability. You're the guide for other people. Don't get caught in your own pain. Don't start saying, well, because how am I supposed to be so powerful when all this crap has happened to me? All of that stuff happened to you, that high level, like, oh my gosh, I'm staggering around under the weight of this, happened to you because we all have an opposing force. And the worse the things that have happened to you are, the more likely you're incredibly powerful, as your opposite and opposing energy has been trying to weigh you down your whole life. Rise above it, believe in you, connect to the divine, believe that there is worth in effort and in love and in power and in beauty. You will be free and you will learn your lessons, and you are the guide for other people. You're the highest level form you have the triple moon. You're able to impact this reality with your will. On target. Follow your ideal life path. Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. Keep going, keep persevering, keep believing. Allow yourself to love and to be loved. Your greatest magical gift is that you came here as one of the guides for others. Some people will call them earth angels. Some people will call them healers. Some people will call them gatekeepers or watchers. It's not the tag that matters. It's not the narrative that you learn that will help define your path and your existence and your power. It is belief in it. It is acceptance that everything can change when I decide I will change in how I view things. Carnation, keep going, keep growing, be unstoppable. Wow. Okay, so group number 3. It would take less time to try to enumerate the powers that you don't have. You have incredible magical gifts. You can talk to the dead if you want to. You can speak for animals if you want to. You can look into past lives if you want to. You have the seer's ability, you have the manifestor's ability, you have the healer's ability, you have the guide's ability. You are the teacher, the guide, the healer, and the practitioner all in one. Group number 3, what don't you have? You might be out of patience with how much of a butt kicking you take sometimes, but you are resilient. Turn your focus towards I am healing, not I am suffering, but I am healing. I am not suffering any longer. I choose healing. I choose repair. I choose my power. Okay, group number 3. Your magical gifts are absolutely everything anyone could ever want. And if you're wondering when you have your truest partnership, let go, stop trying to control things, have faith once again, even if you feel like faith has done nothing but bitten you in the bottom. Go towards healing. Believe there is a point to it. Tell yourself, I am a guide for others. And the light will be revealed to you. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Take care. Be well. I'll see you next time. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 4, then this is your reading. What are your hidden magical gifts? This has been a wild ride of a reading. Okay, so before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It does help my channel, and if you hit the post bell notification, then you will be notified every time I post a video. And if you like the reading, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. What are your hidden magical gifts? Oh my goodness, I don't want to spoil any piles, but I am fascinated to see what is about to come up. I'm using the Crow deck, which I use to read for magical energies. We'll get 6 cards. 6 is the number of internal balance. So, pile number 4, let us see. All right, we have Galactic Guidance, Star Family Assistance Cooperation. I have Bear Spirit Healing. I wonder if you're a healer. We'll find out soon. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and in human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. You're a star seed. Almost everybody who is attracted to me as a reader is a light worker, a star seed. You have a role to play in a coming time of trying to even out our energy, trying to restore balance. You're an observer, though. Caterpillar, opportunity. This is awesome. All right, and then I have repair. Making amends rather than fun times reveals a relationship's true constitution. Your primary gift is in healing. You are an energy healer, and it does not have to take the form of esoteric healing like with sound bowls, with tuning forks, with crystals. Literally, you have healing energy. If you work in a social supportive structure, like as a public defender, as a social worker, as a therapist, as a psychologist, these are all things that are very likely you have a gift. You are given the information you need to help other people, but your main magical gift is that anything that you need can come to you. Your needs will be provided for. All you need to do is ask. You don't need to do ritual magic. Simply put it out there what you need. Leave it to the universe. You're very directly connected to the universe. You are you're an observer here to heal those who are part of a greater, I want to say, conflict. You come from a slightly different place. It's almost like you're a scientist observing others, but you're here to be able to heal them as well. And you can manifest whatever you want. You're able to, particularly anything having to do with wealth, prosperity, personal happiness and healing, and then opportunity, you are able to create them whenever you need them. I like this because you're very connected to others of your, I want to say your tribe, but you struggle with making close friendships with anybody who is not very much like you. You find it very difficult to find other people like you. But you have not had a lot of deprivation. Imagine if you started leaning in on increase and what you could do with that. You're able to increase wealth almost effortlessly. If you sit and stare at a dollar and say, by tomorrow you will be 10 times this, $10 is going to find its way into your life. you're able to increase tremendously. We've got the Four of Cups in the upright, which is something behind the scenes, a greater connection. If you are very happy in your own company in the here and now, it is because you live most of your life in an energetic realm. You're very fascinated by the way energy interacts. And the way that you interact with the 3D is like you really are kind of like a great big house cat. You love to be comfortable. All right, here we go. The Ace of Cups in reverse. Not a lot of emotional fulfillment in recent years. Why? Can I keep going, please? What's going on? What's going on for group number 4? What do they need to know? Are they able to manifest abundance for others or just for themselves? Ten of Wands in reverse. You've lost too many things. You've lost too many things and people. You're feeling too isolated, too alone. The Star in the upright, you genuinely are starseed. And like a different type of starseed, those narratives are not actually correct. Now, do I have the correct narrative? I kind of don't, but it's like, it's basically written in a form that people will understand and connects to a much different dimension. So the information is kind of parsed down into these little bite-sized pieces that people can understand. You are from a different place. This is the exact same energy. And you've lost too many of your fellows. Yep. Three of Pentacles in reverse. A feeling of isolation has come over you. Seven of Wands in the upright is the card of being able to overcome. You are able to shift the balance of energy whenever you want. In terms of abundance, like you're very, very, very good at manifesting abundance. Like if this is one of those things where if you get like a funky pap smear or something, the results are going to come back clear. Because as soon as you're able to focus on a problem, it begins to shift and change. You will never have more come to you than you can handle. And like you have a good sense of humor about things. You're very detached. But you almost, like, I think on many an occasion, you may have described yourself as an alien. And it is because you kind of are. You kind of are. You're from an observer's energy. And you can do anything you want to with material gain in this world. But emotional has been more difficult for you. Remember, abundance can also be personal. Yeah, spiritual teacher. Your life's purpose involves, oh my God, teaching others and healing. Teaching others about healing and spirituality. That can be about a very practical, because I said, therapists, social workers, helping people find a connection to self. It is a form of healing with, oh my God, healing, healed, healer. Healing energy surrounds you and this situation. You're a healer and you can manifest abundance like without doing anything other than asking for it, focusing your will on things. The only thing is social connection has been very limited for you because you only truly connect to others from the same energy, the same observer's energy. Here's what I've got about this energy and this energy. The true starseeds, and am I a true starseed? Not exactly. I'm a light warrior. It's slightly different. And again, the narratives are not accurate. True starseeds are part of basically a scientific race, I guess I'm going to say, an energy from elsewhere in the universe that is very observant, and it can only interact with this reality to make things better, to heal the obvious wounds of those people who are in here kind of enacting a battle to overcome a limiting energy and to evolve. You come from a very evolved place, so you're not part of that. You hit this earth already connected to, like, you laugh at things very easily because a part of you is very detached from this reality. And you only truly connect well with others from that same energy, and it's rare. It is rare to find the true observers of the starseeds, the ones who only intervene almost with life-saving measures or when asked for help. Your connections are difficult for you, and you may never truly have a romantic pairing that you want to keep. Like, it's not like it's almost like you're a little bit above it. I hope that makes sense. Like the physicality of this world, you love comfort and like some of the things that go along with having a physical body, but spiritually and emotionally, you connect best with those that it's not even necessarily their interests, it's their sense of humor. Like you really only vibe with people who almost laugh at this reality a little bit, even when it's terrible and horrible and like, oh my gosh, can you even believe this? It's not even you don't endure, you transcend. You rise above things because you're not truly, truly connected to them. You will be able to retain anything that you learn. The greatest magical gifts are about abundance and healing, but also as soon as it's when you open a book, basically, you absorb knowledge like a sponge. And it's not all aptitudes. There are some things that like just absolutely escape you, but others at which it's effortless. You have an area of speciality. Sincerely, you're essentially from a race of scientists, and that sounds pretty cold, but it's not. You will only truly understand people from the same energy. Manifestations, a bountiful time awaits you. Your wishes can manifest right before your eyes. Remember this. Speak things into existence. Ask for what you want. Ask for greater emotional understanding. Hey, listen, you're getting a little too lonely. You're getting a little too lonely. The only thing about the people from this particular collective is they're not super attached to this physical life. And many will choose to shed it early because essentially they want to get back and report their findings, to be quite frank. Opportunity with abundance and repair. You're a healer, but people wear you out. They just wear you out, and you do feel separate from them, and you are. You are. There will always be those you just have to put out the call for them. Allow more people in. Here's the thing, and I get this for group number 4 kind of a lot in all of my readings. You're content with your life, and so you bar the door a lot for new experiences of an emotional variety. You like to observe more than you like to interact. Interact more. Your healing energy is needed. Slow and steady, go with the flow, movement. Yep. Dry desert. This is a card of nothing much seems to be happening, but you're exactly where you need to be. Flying is the greater perspective. That is quite simply who you are. Like you stand apart too often because you are from someplace else. You will always have a greater connection to those who are outliers as well. In the freaks and geeks, you've always liked the freaks and geeks, as you have a greater affinity for them. But you're just from somewhere else. And some people, like, you can be a very warm person to others, but inside you feel like maybe you're a little cold. And it does have to do with just carrying this ever so slightly more alien energy within you. You're not cold, you're just removed. You know you're from somewhere else and that you're only here like almost like on a teaching sabbatical. And it's when you return, everything that you found about what holds life forms back from their own evolution, their own connection, and from their advancement is what you report on. But that's the reason that everyone that you've ever really connected with has always been slightly odd as well. And you like being odd. You don't want to change for anybody, and you shouldn't. Successful career, a happy working environment, pay rises and promotions. You can manifest abundance like crazy. Oh my God, I swear to God, the last group got these exact same cards. It makes perfect sense. Wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. And in case anybody wonders, like there's a lot of cards in this deck, but these two I believe just came out for the last group, or was the group before that. You can manifest as much physical comfort as you could ever want. Try to allow people in, and there is a reason. Your power grows the more that you are connected to those who are from the same energy. It is part of what would enhance your experience here is you just kind of have to put out that energetic call for your brethren, for the people from your tribe, and let them in. All right, I have compassion, tread a little more tenderly. And then I have communication, listen and speak with greater care. That's the only thing, is that you laugh at things very easily. And it is partially so that you don't have to cry about them. You do feel pain pretty deeply. Like you genuinely do. You hate to see suffering. You have a sardonic sort of eye and like this dark sense of humor as well. And it is because you just aren't from here. And you have always known it. You simply have always known it. You can love people tremendously. Frangipani, you are truly beautiful on the inside and out. Now that is one thing about these galactic observers. The galactic guidance team, they have a tendency to be very fair-haired with light eyes. They don't have to be, but they're very lovely. They're very lovely to look at. Now, can that fade over time? Of course, all beauty fades. We live in these, physical vessels that can erode. You can ask to, like, if you want to look like you're 37 years old for the rest of the time, just say, I want to look like I'm 37 years old for the rest of my life. And that is something that is very likely to manifest for you. Why in the, you're the first group I'm taking out my giant freaking magical of energies. It's the Spirit of Animals Oracle, and it's very good about kind of identifying the magic that is available to you. Horse, freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the wind of change and accomplish your dreams. You are not from here. You're simply not from here. And I think by the way, a past life regression read on you would be absolutely bizarre, because you don't usually come here. You really are like a research team from somewhere else. Hey, group number 3, what an interesting reading. Your ability to feel detached has nothing to do with being cold within. You're actually very loving and caring. That's part of the reason you keep choosing to. It's almost like you choose the most difficult paths each time because you find value in them. You find the ability to watch the struggle of living beings to be inspirational. You find that people who responding to adversity are as likely to show the greatest parts of themselves as they are their greatest weaknesses. You're incredibly attracted to humanity. I don't mean in a physical sense, but in the sense that we can choose who we will be. But you are not strictly of us. And us, I'm not really sure, I don't think so. But you are not strictly of people. And it is why you have a I want to say an alien consciousness that is grafted onto your physical body, and you're quite aware of that. It is something you absolutely consented to, but you really are almost like you're part of a research team, and your magical gift is quite simply that you come from somewhere else. You're gathering information. You have tremendous power here, not in emotional influence, but in physical, material influence. You can make circumstances better. If you start volunteering for a nonprofit, watch their donations go up. Wherever you go, material gain can follow. You're not a greedy person and you don't overinvest in this reality, but you can do great things for others, and you are a healer extraordinaire. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. That is the spirit of air. You're able to communicate the truth to other people. Keep yourself apart too much. You just keep yourself apart too much. You lost too many of, I want to say, your team. The people that you have met here have not been your tribe. They've been your team. Door to personal healing and happiness. Journey. There are more people in that sphere than you know about. Open your energetic doors. You can manifest. Ask for those you are meant to be with to come to you, and see what will come to you. See what will fill out your expression of this life. It is okay to enjoy the physicality of this life. It is okay to fully invest, even though You kind of know you're never coming back here. You'll have a different assignment next time. That is all right. You're not like a reporter. You don't need to stand apart and never interact with your subjects. You are meant to be here to have the full experience, and you will love and know people who are strictly of this earth. But that's not a bad thing. It's just not a bad thing. Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. You are. Even as like things have gone haywire for others, you're like, gosh, it's almost like it never really touches me. You're not strictly from here. You're not strictly from here. This journey card, every night when you go to sleep, a part of you, like it's almost like you download what you've learned. You're fascinating. You really are kind of like an alien. Magical abilities, like you're not super invested in the 3D a lot, but remember, abundance, prosperity, healing. You heal others, but they never feel, anybody who tries to get close to you, like it's almost like there's a chill that surrounds you. You like to keep others at a distance, but you do have more members of your team. You do. And you can love as many people in this reality. Remember, you're here for the duration of the being who you have been grafted to. The ones that you have lost, it isn't that they choose to let go. Patience, and then love. It's interesting, romantic love is not, like, it's not that you hate it or something, it's not your focus. It's not your focus. I'm not entirely positive that where this whole galactic guidance energy comes from, this starseed energy comes from, I'm not sure that there is an equivalent physical body to have that expression of love, so you've also been a little bit baffled by people's obsession with it. But like on the occasions that you have really let it guide you, you're like, yeah, that's interesting. So is eating a hot fudge sundae. You're a little detached from the physical experience, but like I said, you super, super love comfort. There's an opportunity for you to heal more and to add to the greater abundance of this greater world. Bear spirit and healing, but please remember, this is you. This is you. You come from elsewhere. That's not bad, but the more that you interact, the more information, the more successful this journey will be for you. And just because it's a temp assignment doesn't mean that you shouldn't fully invest in it. Okay, group number 4. Interesting and fascinating as far as I'm concerned. You are from the Galactic Guidance Team, the Observers and the Scientists. Your magical abilities are that you have greater understanding, but you feel that are removed from things. Open your energetic doors and invite more of your team towards you, because you can shift things in a healing direction for this reality that you stand a little bit apart from and yet still have such affection for. All right, if you'd like to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below, and I would love a chance to read for you in real life. Take care. Be well.